Before the world called him Maryada Purushottama, before he became the definition of dharma, there was a moment, silent, unnoticed, but powerful enough to shape history. Most people believe Rama was born great. But what if I told you, greatness did not begin with Rama? It began with a decision made by someone else, and that one decision changed everything. He was a man forged in contradiction. Once he was a king, a ruler who understood power, control, and authority. But power did not satisfy him. So he walked away from his throne and chose something far more difficult: mastery over himself. Years of penance, years of discipline, years of burning away ego. But even then, his journey was not complete, because the world he lived in was not peaceful. Dark forces disrupted sacred rituals, demons destroyed balance, and even a sage needed protection, not for himself, but for something greater. In a world ruled by dharma, even the wisest had to depend on others. And Vishwamitra knew something the world did not yet see, that somewhere there existed a boy who was not just a prince, but a possibility. To understand Rama, you must look beyond the image people worship today. At that time, Rama was not a legend. He was young, untested, protected. He lived within palace walls, surrounded by comfort, guided by discipline, loved deeply. The world saw perfection. A prince who obeyed, a son who never questioned, a student who learned without resistance. But what the world did not see was that Rama had never faced chaos. He had never stood in real danger, never been forced to choose under pressure. Inside him there was strength, but that strength had never been awakened, because potential means nothing until it is tested, and destiny does not reveal itself in comfort. The real conflict did not begin with weapons. It began with a request. When Vishwamitra entered the court of Dasharatha, the atmosphere changed. This was not a normal visit. There was intention behind his silence. And then he spoke. Not asking for gold, not asking for land. He asked for Rama, a young boy, to face demons, to protect sacred rituals, to step into danger. Dasharatha froze, because in that moment he was not a king, he was a father. One path said, protect your son, keep him safe. The other path whispered, trust destiny, let him go. Love versus duty, fear versus faith, and the most dangerous part was that both choices felt right.
But the truth is, this was never just about Rama. This was about a decision that no one was ready to face. Because sometimes the moment that looks small is actually the moment that carries the weight of destiny. And what happened next, no one could take back.
Then came the moment, a moment where time slowed down, where words became heavy, where silence spoke louder than anything else. Dasharatha had the power to refuse. He could say no. He could protect his son. He could choose love, and no one would question him. But deep inside, he knew something, that Rama did not belong only to him, that some lives are not meant to stay safe. They are meant to serve something greater. So he made the choice, not as a father, but as a king. Not out of certainty, but out of surrender. He said yes, and in that single word, he let destiny take control. After that, nothing remained the same. The palace lost its innocence. A boy stepped out, and the world stepped in. Under Vishwamitra's guidance, Rama encountered fear for the first time. Not the fear of losing comfort, but the fear of facing the unknown. He fought demons. He protected rituals. He stood where others could not. But something deeper was happening. With every challenge, a layer of who he was being removed, and something stronger was being revealed. He was no longer just learning skills. He was becoming aware of his purpose. This was not training. This was transformation.
And this is where the story becomes dangerous. Because once destiny begins, there is no turning back. The boy who left the palace could never return the same, and the journey ahead would demand more than strength. It would demand sacrifice.
This story is not just about Rama. It is about something deeply human. We all face moments where two choices stand in front of us. One feels safe, the other feels uncertain. One protects what we love, the other challenges who we are. And in those moments, we believe we are making small decisions. But in reality, those decisions are shaping our identity. Dasharatha thought he was sending his son away. But what he really did was allow Rama to become Rama. So the question is, when life forces you to choose between comfort and growth, what do you become? So, was it destiny that created Rama? Or was it a single decision that no one could escape? Because sometimes greatness is not born. It is chosen by someone at a moment when everything feels uncertain. And maybe that is where every legend truly begins.